This is Mr. Sup, currently in Fengjuang village in Anhui province to experience the complete village life. And I was told that I am the first African to visit this village. So what brought me here? Why am I here? Wow, so much surprise. Let's go into the vlog. So everything that has a beginning, there is an end. So goodbye to Fengjuang village in Anhui province. Goodbye. Hey guys, how are you all doing? It's your favorite Mr. Sup right here in Fengjuang village in Anhui province. Yes, that's me, looking like a local farmer. Yes, I went to Fengjuang village in Anhui province with my colleague at work, and that's us sitting out, leaving to Anhui province. And his dad is a farmer, and there are some already harvested maize that he needs to sell. So he said, let's go home anyway, let's go and see his dad. And we drove. Anyway, it was actually planned that we go by train, but he said, okay, let's take this jolly ride, okay, and let's see how it goes. We can take 1, 2, 3 days to get there. We can ride, and when we get somewhere along the road, we can park, eat, relax. Okay, let's just take this jolly ride. And we said, okay, let's go. So it's around 650 kilometers, okay, from where we were to Anhui province. So we had to drive to the city, okay. And here you can see this is the farmland. These are farmland. That's a graveyard anyway on the farmland. So those flowers you are seeing, those colorful things, are graveyards, okay. So these are millet farms, okay, very big farms. There are a lot of farms around here, millet farms, maize farms, but this is time for millets, or let me say millet season. So people are planting millets a lot here, and also cucumber. So anyway, so we harvested this maize you can see behind me, or where I'm sitting. We are sitting on this truck, and it's filled with maize, and we are going to sell off this maize to another local buyer. So these are maize grains that are already dried, so we are going to sell them off. And now on this trip, his dad has to take us there, ride us to the place, or drive us to the place where we're going to sell this maize. So my friend is not so conversant with all the available maize buyers. So the dad had to take us to this maize seller. And this is a truck. This truck is very noisy. Very noisy. So I couldn't even speak. You'd be hearing bug, 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 bug. That kind of heavy sound, tractor sound. Very noisy truck. So we had to drive, to the maize seller on this very harsh weather. It's summer, and you can see we are in a very rural setting, okay. We're in the village, okay, and you can see around, just look at the structures around. They can tell you, or these structures can tell you, that we are actually in a village, okay. So these are village structures which are completely different from what you see in the city. Wow, look at this house. This house seems to be one of the most beautiful houses and newly built in this village. Wow, the owner must have spent a lot of money. And the house, like my friend said, he said it's a waste of money. I said, why? He said, because after they built the house for several months, nobody's living there. It's just empty. So I guess the owner of the house maybe lives in the city, so he only comes once in a while to visit. Yeah, these are all farmland, also owned by the villagers. Look at that little building in that farmland. That's even this one too. There, this building also, they are where they get water from, to wet the crops on the farm. Okay, so we are still going. It's a long journey anyway. We had to ride on this truck, very noisy truck, and this truck has a lot of vibration. Okay, so look at me. I look like a typical farmer, having well beaten by the sun, and a lot of dirt on me, because this is pure village vibe, pure village life, and I can tell you, I love it so much. Wow. And one thing about this village, or this village setting, is that the atmosphere here is really serene. When you breathe in oxygen, you breathe in pure oxygen, not those ones you breathe in the city that have been contaminated with a lot of carbon monoxides. So these are pure oxygen, and when you are in this place, you have this kind of feeling. Wow. So now we are arriving at this maize shop where they purchase, or where they are buying these are maize grains. Yeah, so there we are. We are going to measure this thing that we are clamping. Now this structure is the weighing machine, so we're going to park here, and now it's weighing. It's going to weigh the maize grain and this truck, and later it's going to weigh the empty truck, and then it subtracts. Then you have the maize, the weight of the maize. Okay, so there we go. Now that's my friend that is going to drive and empty the maize on this maize storage. Okay, so there we go. Look at those maize grain. Look at them. See how dirty my hand is. Okay, that tells you that these maize grains are also dirty, but after they finish the processing, takes off all those dirt, those shafts, it looks better for consumption. Yes, that's the life here, life in the village with Mr. Sub. So I'm currently in Fengjuan village in Anhui province. All right, so I came here to see my friend and my colleague, and it's a big experience that I'm experiencing the village life in all its totality. You can see us in this maize mill coming to sell maize. Taking their maize to come and sell for them. Okay, so that's my friend's father riding this truck, and we are here to sell the maize. Yeah, it's a nice experience. See me, village life in Fengjuan village, Anhui province of China. So you may ask, how did we get this maize into this truck? Anyway, that's the process. We had to use this shovel to get the maize into this truck. It took a lot of time. This truck looks as if it is small, but it's not small. And again, taking those maize with the shovel, down, up, down, up, down, up. It's really hectic process, and the sun is really scorching, very scorching. So it's not really convenient doing this at this time, but we had to wake up early in the morning and we started this work. So we went to the maize mill about 3 to 4 times. Okay, so the first time we went there, after we finished loading this truck, the first time we went there, we went with the dad. He took us there and showed us the way, and the second time we went alone. So this is us trying to sweep all the maize, sweep them, and we had to pack them into the truck. Nothing must be wasted. Each seed of grain costs some amount of money, whether you like it or not. So we had to sweep everything, sweep them very clearly, and pack them into this truck. Wow, it's really a nice experience. Funny enough, when they woke up in the morning, they didn't even wake me up. They didn't call me. It's like they were still giving me that treatment that they give to a visitor, And I heard the noise, I heard the sound, and I came down. I said, no, you can't be doing this without involving me. I must join you. I said, Dad, go and sit down, please. Let me and my friend do this whole, stuff. And he said, no. Let me be the first to take you there, and later you can do the rest by yourself. And that was how we took the whole maize, and here we are going, to go and deliver. But now this is the second round that we are going now. Okay, so I'm going now with my friend, all right, and my colleague, and here we go. It's a jolly ride also, but this jolly ride has so much vibration. But we had no choice than to keep going until we arrive our destination. Just now we brought the last batch of the maize, and we've already emptied this truck. We brought the last batch of maize to this maize store, and I was asking the woman just now, how did they deal with this maize, because there are a lot of dirt inside there. So we said they sell it to all these companies that are into maize processing, and but they will be cleaned up, definitely. Anyway, filtered. They have a lot of maize, a lot of dirt on this maize. They'll be filtered first before making use of them. All right, look at them. Just imagine this maize seeds, so much of it, so much, so much. That's it, so much. Whatever had a beginning have an end, and here this is the end. We had to go back to the city after spending about 3 days in the village. Okay, so I'm just playing with this, door. I like the design, even though it's local, but I like the design. And here we are going. Off we go. Okay, we are going back to the city. Wow, I will miss this man. He's a very nice man. My friend's dad is a very nice man. It's early morning here. It's around 5 o'clock. This is 5 minutes after 5 o'clock, and I'm leaving now back to my base. I'll miss this village. I've been here for like 3 days, and I've experienced the village life. I mean, in totality, I've experienced the core village life here. This is pure village, and today it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye to Ju'an village in Anhui province. Goodbye. We have to stop here at this service area. So currently we've driven for around this is 8 o'clock now, so we've driven for around 3 hours, and service area, take some rest, take some refreshment, and then we'll continue the journey. Man, I just finished using the toilet now. That's the toilet behind me over there. I don't think it's so much appropriate to make video of the toilet inside. I did that one sometimes in Germany, but I stopped doing that. Man, where am I going? What's the point here? It's public toilet, but very clean. I mean, very, very clean. Then how? Very clean, very neat toilets, and it's free. This is just service station on the road, and we parked here to use the public toilets, but very clean. We should learn from these guys, learn from them. Not everything we try to, as long as it's government thing, we make them look dirty, and you can even eat there. My goodness, as well. Today is Monday, and the government has actually gave an injunction that every schools and offices should be closed down today. So hello. So guys, I'm just walking, taking a stroll around the streets of Hamburg. Hamburg shop. What do you see? What do you think? Wow, can you see that boat behind me?